Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Ask Dave. We're excited to talk to you about an important topic today. And so with that, Dave, why don't you tell us how important it is to have an updated operating system in your network?
When you think about some of the low-hanging fruit things you can do to make yourself more secure, when you're out there on the internet, working on your computer, whether it's inside your network, at home, or at a hotel or in an airport, the same things that are easy for you to take care of at a security level, like making sure your operating system is the latest version and having the latest updates applied and security patches applied. If those things aren't done, it's also low-hanging fruit for a hacker. In other words, one of the first things that a hacker will do if they're targeting either a particular user or a business or some type of organization is they'll go through a hacking process that will first find out what's on the network. And there's different tools that aren't necessarily hacking tools, just part of network monitoring tools that are going to come back and report the type of machine that's on the network, the operating system, and the version and patch ID that might be on that operating system as well. So, for example, there's a hacking tool that you use from an ethical hacker perspective. That's a white hat hacker called Metasploit, right? And it's a training tool for the most part on different ways to hack systems. And there's little things built into that rootkit, if you will, that'll go out and it'll hit each one of those workstations and tell you exactly what operating system you're looking for. And then it'll narrow down the ones that are not on the latest patch version. So then once you figure out what machines are on the network that aren't fully patched to the latest operating system version, then you can go out and look for different vulnerabilities on another website, and it'll tell you, oh, these 3 workstations, you can exploit the following vulnerability. And then you actually take the exploit tool and aim it to those devices, and you can load software to those devices. You can monitor network traffic on those devices. So really easy from a hacking perspective to figure out where those vulnerabilities are because the operating system isn't patched. But on the other side of that, let's talk proactive defense, if you will. If you have something like a managed services provider, like one of the services we provide, ArcticCare 365, that uses a Microsoft 365 license that keeps your operating system on the latest and greatest version. It has a cloud-based, what we call remote management tool that constantly keeps an eye on what the version of the operating system is. It actually flags us as system administrators to tell us which workstations are not on the latest operating system and queues them up to be patched. And it's included as part of the Microsoft 365 SKU and as part of our service as well. And there's also another concept called Windows as a service, so that you're always on the latest version of the operating system. A lot of users get that little, even on your home computer that might not be work related, you'll get that notice that said there's time to apply updates, and we constantly say no. That's not a good thing. You always want to hit yes on the updates. It takes a couple minutes. 9 times out of 10, there are security patches that have been discovered over the last 30 or 60 days that you need to apply to that machine. It's a simple thing to do. A lot of people, they just ignore it or punt the football as often as they can because they don't want to wait a few minutes for it to update. But just remember, as easy as it is for you to patch, it's even easier to be hacked. So bottom line, apply updates. And if you're in a corporate network, make sure you have either your IT staff is using a recurring service to do that, or you use a managed services provider like Arctic IT to get that done.
Well, thanks, Dave.
Ask Dave! Got a technology question you need an answer for? Send us an email at connect@arcticit.com and your question might be featured on the next edition of Ask Dave.